What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel. Thank you guys for watching, listening, supporting. We appreciate it. Now, I'm here today to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their game against the Los Angeles Rams. So, the Buccaneers obviously lost 27-24 to the Rams. Jared Goff threw for, 376 and 3 touchdowns. He also had 2 picks. The Rams couldn't run the ball, but the Tampa Bay, Tom Brady just not look good. And the question I want to ask, I want to pose to you all, and I'm trying to answer and figure it out myself, is who's to blame for the struggles of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Now, I mean, the team is 7-4. Like, it's not like it's a soup sandwich. They're 7-4. They're a solid team. They're probably going to make the playoffs. They'll probably finish the season with 9 or 10, maybe even 11 wins on the year. But when they lose, they just don't look good. Even though this game was close, the Rams honestly tried to give they tried to give Tampa Bay the game several occasions. Besides the 2 picks Jared Goff threw, some of the play calling was very questionable, and they tried to almost give this game back to Tampa Bay and give them several chances to go take the lead or win this football game. So who is to blame when Tampa Bay struggles, right? You have on one end the defense that gives up, that's one of the best run defenses in the entire NFL. I think they may be top 3 in run defense, and they have a pass rush. They're in the top 10 in sacks. Like, they're a pass rush that really gets after the quarterback. But if they don't get home, right, which you can't get home every single play, if they do not get home, you have players like Jared Goff that can carve you up for 376 yards. Robert Woods had 130 yards in the touchdowns. Cooper Kupp had 11 catches, 145. Like, this happens because that back half of this defense isn't very good. Carlton Davis, Antoine Whitfield Jr., like, these guys are solid. Antoine Whitfield's pretty good, but those corners, those guys on the outside, like, Cooper Kupp was going to work on those guys. Robert Woods was catching it and making a lot of plays after the catch on these guys. I mean, this is what happens to Tampa Bay every week if that pass rush does not get home. Now, that pass rush can get home and make plays, but if they don't get there, you see these kind of struggles. But let's just not blame it on the defense, because at the end of the day, they only gave up 27 points. Like I say, only, but they had 2 interceptions. Who wasn't able to capitalize on those interceptions? The offense. And Tom Brady, 26 of 48. That's 22 incompletions. It's not very good. Just a little bit over 50%. 2 touchdowns, only 216 yards, but 2 disgusting interceptions. Like, 2 interceptions were just simply bad. Like, they were essentially the same play. Like a post route that was covered pretty well, but you threw the ball nowhere near him. And Jordan Fuller had the 2 easiest interceptions of his life in this game. You had Ronald Jones. And that's the thing about Tampa Bay. When they lose, it's because they don't run the ball. They just simply don't run the ball. They had 18 carries last night. 18 carries last night. Ronald Jones, when he gets the ball, is statistically is one of the better backs in the league this year. Like, when he yards per carry, and coming into last game, I thought the game against the Saints, well, they only had 5 total rushes, and today last night Ronald Jones only had 10 carries for 24 yards. Like, when they don't run the ball, they become one-dimensional. They're an easy team to beat because Brady isn't going to beat you anymore. It's just that simple. If you have any kind of pass rush, and the thing is, the Rams didn't have that great of a pass rush. They just got a lot of pressure. They didn't get a lot of sacks. They got a lot of pressure and a lot of guys and a lot of bodies in Brady's face. And at this stage of his career, at 43 years old, he isn't the same guy. So you get any type of guys hovering around his legs, hovering around his feet, all in his face, he becomes flustered. And he makes bad decisions like those 2 really, really bad interceptions that he threw. Really bad interceptions that he threw. And so at the end of the day, who is there to blame? Who should we blame for when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers struggle? Because they're one of the most fascinating teams in the league this year. You got Tom Brady, you got Bruce Arians, you got a young coordinator in Brian Leftwich. You got a defense that's actually pretty good. It's just bad on the back half. So who is to blame? Well, my blame is going to Tom Brady, right? I'm not going to sit here and call Tom Brady washed. I'm not gonna say he don't got it anymore. Until it happens, I'm not gonna say it, because this team is 7-4, right? Like, this team still has a winning record. This team is still gonna make the playoffs. Until it's all said and done, I just can't do it. I'm not gonna do him like that. But he isn't the same. And again, there's certain games he looks really old. Right? I've said this in videos prior. But in this game, it was another example of Brady looking his age, 43. He's not the only quarterback that did this way. Drew Brees is really old in this league, and at times he looks super old, right? Just super old. His arm isn't the same. Now he's getting injured all the time simply because you're taking shots and you're 40 years old. It's a different ball game than when you was 20, 25, 30, hell, even 35 for these guys. That's for 35 was 5 years ago for Drew Brees, 6 years ago for Drew Brees, 35 was 8 years ago for Tom Brady. Like, it's a different ball game. And I think at times, because of where they at, the advanced stage of their career, they look old in some games. And this game was another example of Tom Brady looking old. And I think that's what that hinders the Bucs at times. Like, it really does. Like, he can't. Those plays, those no risk it, no biscuit plays, throwing 20 yards down the field are not his forte. Not at this stage of his career. They're just not working because both interceptions came when he tried to push the ball down the field 20 yards. When he was dinking and dunking, it was working. It was working. And he was driving his way up the field to win the game or kick the game-time field goal, and he tried to go over the top one time, and it cost him the ball game. So I'm going to put the blame right now on Tom Brady. They do need to shore up that back half, but that is what it is. They have a nice pass rush. They have a good running game. Stick to running the ball, Bruce Arians. That goes on the play caller. That goes on the head coach. Byron Leftwich, Bruce Arians, you guys got to commit to the run more. You need to get around 25 to 30 carries a game and then give Tom Brady the ball. He doesn't need to be throwing the ball 48 times in a game. You're not going to win in those situations. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time.